know, if you love the game, you know, you can
Love the
easily
game.
talk about it.
And most people who go out and play, they love it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not a lot of sports where you're going to go out there, even if it's raining, you're going to still see people out there playing
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Or when it's cold and the wind's blowing 25, 30 miles an hour, you still
Playing
got us
golf. Yeah, you
idiots
play
out there
golf. You,
playing.
yeah, I used to get on my partner a long time ago when I was here. You know, I had some guys around here playing golf, and we'd go out and play, and they would always say, "Man, we can't go play no golf today. It's wet. It's this or it's cold." I said, "Hell, we ain't going in the hall no hay. We're going to play golf. You can play
Right.
golf if you can stand it. You can play golf
Yeah.
all the time, and you know if you want to play."
Exactly. And the thing about golf, too, I think it teaches you a lot of life lessons
Oh yeah.
or whatever, because that's one of the reasons why I like something. Because one, it's not like any other sport. It's not like basketball, football, baseball. It's just you,
Yeah,
right?
it's
It's
an
just you
individual. You ain't
and
got
your
to.
decision making,
Yeah.
and you. Most of the time we play it as it lies, but you know we roll it around a little and give
Yeah,
ourselves a
it's an
benefit too.
individual
But yeah,
sports. Of course, like I said, I like to play when I'm on a team. But golf is it's you.
mm-hmm.
You know.
And seeing you play back, so because you're not the golfer that just came along when Tiger Woods came along.
Oh,
See, you were with Calvin Pete,
shoot, yeah, I
Jim
played golf
did,
long.
Jim
Oh,
Thorpe.
way back in the '60s. The reason
Uh,
why I know, cause hell, that's when we walked out to the when they passed that.
was that Spring Lake? Was that
Yeah,
the course?
Spring Lake, and hell,
Uh,
that had to be 64, 65.
yeah.
So hell, I was playing golf way back then, way
Mm-hmm.
before we played on a golf course. We'd play on an open field.
Uh,
I had this partner. We had it was a lot between my house and another house, and what we did in that lot, I guess it may have been I would say about 135 or 40 yards, you know,
mm-hmm.
from one block to the other. So that lot went clean through. So we just put a hole down here and then a hole up, and we just played them two holes back and forth. And I had this partner, boy, he had the sweetest little draw with that 7 iron, and my neighbor over there our neighbor on that side, he just gotten a brand new pickup, Chevrolet pickup, and he'd be hitting his ball, you know, you couldn't tell him nothing because he did that draw, boy, it would just work just right. It looked like he was going to hit that truck, and boy, he just come on back around, and and so we just played those two holes, you know,
Mm-hmm.
back and forth, hitting that, and that particularly, we just used a 7 iron, that's all we had.
Now, what did y'all
Yeah.
put with? Like the 2 iron, or did y'all?
No, we putted with that 7. We did everything with that 7. We
Mm,
didn't never have a putter. We never really, cause we would just find a flat spot and
mm,
dig a hole, and you know, and most of the time the hole would slope if you just got inside the thing. It's
the
gonna go
slope in
down
it.
in the hole. But most of the time it was pretty. The surface was pretty level. But we would just play on, and we played on things like that for years. Just on a lot, or either at the go to school. You
Uh-huh.
know, when school on the weekends, go on the playground, we could make probably just play on the school ground.
See, I remember when I was younger too, when we would go over there to Johnson Park and go hit balls over there
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we
and have that
slid
little
in.
shag bag.
Oh yeah, but that's when we was out here. We had
Yeah, club,
golf
yeah.
courses, and we had
Mm-hmm.
bag clubs then. That was a long ways up. But when we used to play on them, just make us some holes, two hole, one on one. You know, be about 135 or 40 yards on this lot between us from one block and we just hit a 7 iron. We would just had a club, and you know, and another thing, when we started playing golf, we used, like I said, we were caddying. We used to go cat. We were caddying. We would be caddying, and what we would do while the while the men that we were caddying for, when they be on the green
Mm-hmm.
putting out, and we be caddying, they be on the green putting out. So we would just go on to the caddies. We would just walk on to the next tee where the golfers they be putting out on the green, and while we were there. And if there was nobody on the green, no group in front of us, we would hit balls. Them golf, they didn't care. We would just, cause we always had golf balls, you know,
Uh,
like looking for balls. We'd have them in our pocket, and if we got to a hole and wasn't nobody in front, we was waiting on the golfers to come to tee off. We would tee off, hit balls, but we would just hit them. But
Now, would y'all hit? Would they let y'all hit with their clubs? Or you just
Yeah.
had y'all hit with
No,
their clubs?
we had their clubs. We didn't have our clubs. We would just get a club out of the bag because they'd be over there putting. They'd have the putter. And we'd have all the clubs over there on the next tee going to the next hole. Because I never forget, my brother, it was this par 3. He made a hole in one on one. We was over there just sitting. He hit the ball in his par 3. It was, oh, hell, it was maybe about 115 yards, the hole. It was a short hole, but...
Now, was this at Paris Country Club?
This is at the Country Club.
Now, because it used to be a 9-hole. What was it?
Yeah, originally it was a 9-hole. Because when we used to caddy out there, it was 9-hole. But see, they made 18 holes out of it. But it was a real nice club. But it was a country club. And, that's where we used to go and caddy all the time. And we would hit, like I said, we would be on the tee box waiting on them to come. And if it was nobody, no groups or nobody in the front, we'd get a club out. We know what clubs to get and just tee off. But that was all we did when they come. We just swerve the ball go. If it was right there, we might pick it if we walked by it or something. But usually we just let them.
Stay. Now, this is my thought too, which I don't know what your thought process is. Because like back in the 70s and 80s, it seemed like you had more black people playing the tour. And I think a lot of that was because they started out as caddies, so you had more black people playing golf because they were caddies. And then when the PGA Tour started paying money, they got rid of the black caddies.
Because all of them caddies back then, when Lee Trevino and all of them, and what's this boy down there in Austin, all of them, they had
Ben Crenshaw.
Yeah, they was black caddies. They was, and that's why, that's why a lot of caddies, that's how they started playing golf.
Right.
From caddying, that's how, and I know that's how I became interested in it, because I used to just caddy at the country club. But, yeah, that's how they become golfers, and good golfers, too. Because, I knew a lot of guys here at the country club that used to be a lot of black guys that used to go out there and caddy. And all of them guys play golf. Around here, we used to play on them open, play golf.
Which is actually pretty weird, because when you think about golf, especially back in those days, when you think about golf during that time period of segregation or whatever, and then you guys are caddying out there at the country club, and there's no telling what you had to go through during that time, but to still develop and have that love of the game.
Oh yeah, but I tell you, even going through, like I say, that was back in the 60s when I used to caddy. But in the way we got, because the country club was, it's about 6 miles out, 5 or 6 miles out.
Out of the city.
But all we had to do is just walk up there. Them golf, see, we didn't have to worry about no right, because them golfers, they give you right. This was both men and women. They never had a problem with them, nothing. They they would take us out there, and probably some of them didn't even use caddy, but they knew we were going to the country clubs. As a matter of fact, we used to be choicy, because they had them big nice cars and things. If it's an old car, we wouldn't even get in there. We'd wait till somebody come in a big nice car, and because they'd always stop and give you a ride. So we never had a problem.
Which that's more, I think it may be more of a testament to the type of people that were playing golf.
Yeah, see, that was the thing.
It's just like I said, it's golfers.
Yeah, but no, we never had a problem. You always get it right, and then when you got ready in the evening, because they was always coming back to town. There was even the women and everything. You didn't have to worry about no ride. You just go out there. When they come out of the country club, they just stop to get in, and we used right there at that bend. That's where we used to walk up. See, this used to be a dirt Blake Road. It was just a dirt. There were no houses or nothing down there.
Oh, okay.
And see, we used to walk and go up there on 20th. That's where we had to go and catch a record. See, they would come in 20th and go on and.
Well, I for one, I'm glad you picked up the game and passed that on to me. I just hate that I didn't start playing seriously when you tried to get me to start playing seriously.
Oh, yeah,
Took me a little while.
Yeah, 'cause I used to tell you, you know, but you and Sean and y'all didn't want to play no golf. And
It
but
wasn't cool back then.
it wasn't nothing, you know. But I loved golf way back then, and hell, that was shit 30 years prior to you started up
Right.
boarding.
Well, I played. I just didn't take it seriously because I remember you buying me a set of like junior clubs from like what was that store up there? I think it was either White's or Tasco or something. It was like a little brown bag, had a little white strap on, had like 3 or 4 clubs in it.
Oh, you had like a beginner set.
Like a little beginner set.
Yeah, but yeah. No, I used to try to get you to play golf, but no, I always, I've always learned. To this day, I still golf. I mean, that's the only thing, when it comes to sports, that's the only thing I watch on TV, golf.
And then too, it goes with your style.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It goes with your style. That's
yeah,
the
it's
thing.
it's an individual sport, and see, that was something else. I've always liked the way those golfers dress. I like the style, the clothes, and
The
you
flat
could be
bellies.
neat and just. I just liked it.
Because I remember we went to. It was like one of the first times we went over there to the Byron Nelson, and I remember we were enamored with the fact that they could swing and then their shirt still be in their pants.
Oh yeah, never come. They still neat. They never.
Yeah.
See, I always that's what I like. 'Cause I've always thought of myself as being, you know, kind of neat. I mean, this is what I always thought of myself. I always liked clothes and style, and golf was,
it fits the mold, but until John Daly came along, then they kind of changed it a little bit, but still, yeah. I mean, it's just a great game. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's a great game. You can build friendships, relationships. It's It's a great conversation when you're out there.
You don't meet the strangers. You, you go to a tournament you never play. You meet all kinds of people, and you seem like you've known them forever. They just so friendly, and that.
And see, it's funny you say because we did a podcast the other day about cigars and cigar lounges. It's kind of the same thing. It's the same type of vibe in the cigar lounges. Like whenever I go, like to Rigby's here or wherever I go, you always find people that's somewhat like-minded that you can sit down and just have a conversation with. So it's kind of just in that ilk. It's kind of just like golf, just except you're smoking cigars. It's the same thing where you just have a conversation. You get to know people. They're pretty cool, and it's just a fun, relaxing time. But yeah, golf. Yeah, that's just like I said, there's just no other sport like it. And most people who get the bug and the bite, I mean, it stays with you forever.
Stay with them.
Yeah, it stays with you forever once you get that bite. I mean, it does. I mean, and then you're constantly wanting to get better. That's another thing, because once you finish playing, you're sitting around thinking about 3, 4, 5 shots that you probably could have gotten back and shot a lower round.
Yeah, because you always, even after you leave the golf course, you're still trying to figure the game out. Because it's a challenge. And you can, like I've always said, and I said it to you, you can think when you're at home.